So let's talk about, can Shiba Inu really make you a millionaire? I apologize for the way I've sound. I've got kind of some crud going on here, and I've been fighting this for a couple of days. So I apologize if I sound stuffy, but wanted to make this video for you. So I get asked this question, a fair amount, and I think about this as well. Can Shiba Inu really make you a millionaire? And the answer is yes, if you do some very specific things, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. And as always, thanks for your time. Links in the description below to a few things I want you to check out, but also hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right down there below. That helps me and helps you and helps everybody. All right. So the idea for this video came from this title. If Shiba Inu hits these certain numbers, 408, 3014, 201, can it make more millionaires? And so I was like, all right, that's kind of an interesting idea. And I've done videos like this where we talked about if Shiba Inu hits a certain number and things like that. But here's what it really comes down to. It comes down to a real simple fact of you have to know very simple things about your Shiba Inu investments. Number one, how much do you own? How many Shiba Inu tokens do you own? Do you know that? Well, go find out. Write it down. Number two, what's your cost basis? How much did you buy it for? What was your price? If you bought it for different prices over a period of time, you can basically kind of average that out and define what your cost is. Now you know how much you have, and you know what your cost is. Okay. Then you can start to do some fun math. Then you can say, okay, if Shiba Inu were to hit, say, 201, what would my Shiba Inu be worth? How much could I make? What's the profit? I bought it for X, and I'm going to sell it when it hits 201. And then you can figure out the math of what's the profit. Does that make you a millionaire or not? Okay. But that's only part of the equation. The other part of the equation is, are you being realistic? Are you being realistic in the fact of how much you own? What do you own it for? And what you can sell it for? Is it going to make you a millionaire or not? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how much you have, right? And then when you then look around, sorry, people are texting me. And then when you look around, you got to go, okay, if I do want to become a Shiba Inu millionaire, as an example, how much do I really need to own? And you can really, again, you can kind of do that math of, all right, if I bought more today and then I sold it when it hit a certain price point. That's how you have to define it. You have to look at the numbers. Sitting there and having what I call hopium, Hopium, hopium. I hope doesn't get you there. Okay. The other thing you need to be aware of is, there are variables that have to come into play. With the entire crypto market has to go up in value dramatically. And I'm talking about this number right here. I'm talking about the entire crypto market's got to go to $7, $8, $9 trillion. We got to see Bitcoin go to $300,000, $400,000. Now, those things will happen. There's a matter of time. And that's the big factor that it really comes back to. Can Shiba Inu make you a millionaire? It's a factor of time. Are you okay waiting with that time? Are you okay? There's going to be volatility. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. There's going to be ebbs. There's going to be flows, things of that nature. Right. So if you're kind of looking for like, okay, everything's wonderful and you're going to be a millionaire in the next 5 minutes with your Shiba Inu, that's not what this video is. Right. I mean, I'm trying to be very realistic with you so that you understand, if you haven't thought of some of these things I'm telling you, you understand the realities. That's my job here, is to just to point out the realities of yes or no. Now, you may not become a Shiba Inu millionaire, but you might become a Shiba Inu 10,000-aire, 100,000-aire, multi-100,000-aire. You get my point? Because the question you really ought to be asking and looking at when you do that scenario, that math, that homework I gave you, what's your cost? How much do you have? And if it reaches this price, I'm going to sell. What's that number? And look at that number and go, is that a life-changing number for me? Is that a number that I'm okay with? And I'm like, okay, man, that's a lot of money. And I'm okay waiting 3 or 4 years or whatever it is to get to that number. And when it hits that number, I'm going to sell and I'm going to lock in that profit. And that's enough money for me to do X, to, send my kids to college, to do, whatever it may be, right? To go buy a new car, to whatever your goals are. That's what it really comes down to. So the question is not really maybe can it make you a millionaire, but is the Shiba Inu that you own enough to change your life in one capacity, change one part of your life? Only you can answer that. And I appreciate you giving me a few minutes to maybe open your eyes a little bit to the different variables, right? The different components of this. And I really appreciate you spending a few minutes with me. Okay. So I'm gonna let you go with that. Have a good one. Thanks for your time, and have a good day. Take care.